I can't remember what it's called. I think it's the Tunneler's Dream World. I like them because they have the trees, and it gives it a good look, but apparently it reaches the maximum build height right here. So let me get my coordinates up. You can see I'm at Y255, and I can't build any higher than that. So yeah, but you can see what that would normally look like. Like you would have one more row of stairs and a half slab on that. Now let's take a tour through the house, and then I'll tell you a little about it, and then I'll show you how to build it. And this will be a pretty long video because it is a big house and it takes a while to make. So let's go to the right. You got these two areas here. You got this big area. There's your stairway. You can have an entrance to your basement down here. You have another area here. That's the first floor. You go up to the second floor, and you have a room here. And all these are, like I said before, 5x5 chunks. You got a room here, and it also takes you out to this deck. So this room would be ideal for a bedroom. And when we go up to the third floor, it's just a single room, really. And then you got the two attic spaces underneath the roof. Here's one. This one's pretty spacious. And then you have another here. So you got plenty of room for storage. And we go up to the fourth floor, which is kind of like the lookout tower. This is all it is. Pretty simple. So yeah, now about this house. I want to make it clear I did not make this house. This house was actually an image. Like, no one's ever done a tutorial on this house. It's just kind of a picture, and I will go show you guys the picture real quick and explain some more stuff about it. And this is what, well, I kind of pieced together the house by looking at the picture. I don't know if it's 100% accurate, but I tried to keep it as accurate as possible. So let's take a look at the picture. Alright, so here we are at the page where I found the house. It's on DeviantArt. The creator is Kellyan Dragonmaster, and yeah, you can see he or she made this and just put a picture of it up. So based on looking at it, I can tell it's all 5x5 chunks, so that's how I was able to recreate it. So I'll put a link to this page in the description, and then we'll get to building the actual house, and I will have a few changes that I'm going to make myself to it, but it will be mostly the same, so let's get to it. Alright, I'm back, and I generated a standard super flat world. So let's start building this. Before we start, I'm going to change my texture pack real quick. Get something that looks a little nicer. It's better. Alright, and you will need the items that I have in my hotbar right now. The reason why I have this dirt in here, well, you can use any item you want for this, any block you want, because it will not be seen. So, without further ado, let's get started. You're gonna get your wood logs. I like to do oak wood. And you're gonna pillar up 3, and then count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then on the 6th one, place another one. So there should be 5 blocks in between them. So fill that with bricks. And we're gonna be using this pattern a lot. So leave 3 spaces here for a window. So you should have this. 3 spaces for a window, and then you can go ahead and put your glass there now or later. And that's what we got. So let's go ahead and continue this pattern down here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then put a oak wood or any kind of wood you want. It's the same thing as we just did. And I'm not going to keep counting this for you guys because you guys should know already what the pattern is. So now that we have this shape, we're gonna do one this is the front, we're facing the front, so now we're gonna do one over here. This one is gonna be a little different because this will be where the front door is. So I'm gonna go ahead and do 5 and do this. Now we need to decide which one we want our door to be. I'm gonna have this one where the door is, and I'm doing this different than the original. In the original, they put the door in the center and use glass blocks on each side, and we have glass panes now, and I figure it's better to do this. I think it looks better, so I'm going to be doing that. Cap it off with wood logs, and let's go. This is what you should have so far, so let's recreate this over here. Three glass panes and cap it with wood logs. So we're going to recreate this now over here. I actually did build this house in a survival server. Hold on. So yeah, you're gonna recreate this over here on each side. But anyways, yeah, I did end up building this house in a friend's survival server, and I think the most resource-consuming part of it, if you were to make this in survival, even though it is a great survival house, it's got plenty of space for stuff. But I think the biggest thing that took up resources was making the roof, making all those stairs, because the roof does require a lot of stairs. And I just remember cutting down tree after tree after tree and still not having enough. And I had to get so many trees, I cleared out like half of entire forest just to get enough wood. Although I made the whole thing out of wood, but here's what you should have. Here's what you should have so far. So let's add another one of these things over here and do that to each side. But yeah, after I got that house all made, I made a cool basement for it. It was by a beach, so on my basement I made like a little window looking into the ocean and everything. It was really cool. I made some cool piston doors for it in the basement as well, and it was pretty fun. And then one of my friends on the server thought it would be funny to go get a bunch of TNT and plant it in my house. And oh yeah, this is where you're gonna end. So you got this, and then you're gonna just go all the way across here like that, so you have a distance of 5 in between them. But anyways, yeah, my friend thought it would be funny to get some TNT and plant it all around my house and then put like a pressure plate by my door. But the thing is, he accidentally hit the pressure plate after he set it up, so he's the one who blew up this big house I made in survival mode. And yeah, I was pretty pissed off at him. Yep. It was a sweet house though. It took a long time to build, but I haven't made it ever since, actually, just in creative mode, because it took such a long time. So this is what you should have. You should be able to see what I got going on here. Pretty simple. So let's work on the second story. You're gonna get your wood logs, and you know, I like to make them go across like this because that's how it was in old school Minecraft, but I guess since you can place logs sideways now, and I guess it does kind of look better, I'll go ahead and do that. But yeah, if I were to make this house my survival world, I'd definitely do it like this, because that's how it used to be done. But we'll go ahead and do that. So you're going to line the whole thing with wood logs or whatever material you want. I mean, you could make this whole thing out of bricks and You can make